Ndikesi at the Leadership College eMannenberg. Ukhanike ecaleni kwam ndine-founder omseki wesisikolo unkosikazi Ashra Norton. Sake sincokole naye. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a bit about the school. How did it all start?
Okay, it started, I was a resident of Mannenberg myself. I matriculated at the Silverstream High School. And when I was in matric, I was accepted to do pharmacy at UCT. But because of financial constraints, I could not pursue my own dream. And then at that point in the apartheid years, you could either do teaching or nursing. That was the only two careers the government will sponsor you for.
Tell me about those two.
And then I chose teaching. In my first year of while I was studying, I had to do a project on gangsterism and drugs. Coming from the area, it was very easy for me to interview the gang lords. And I went and I did my personal interviews with them. And what I realized was that many of these were only young little aspiring leaders like myself at that point in time that wanted to be great. But because there was no opportunity for them and there was no positivity around them, no role models, they were going to be great by hook or by crook. And unfortunately, in their case, it was by crook. And then I then had this feeling inside of me that something needs to happen for the leaders in the township areas. The government can take charge of the normal citizens. They can have the normal schools. But I think if you have a school of 1,400, you might have 40 leaders sitting somewhere there.
Definitely.
Yeah, so we are nurturing those leaders to become great leaders one day.
And so how did you realize this dream? Because obviously that's a big dream, bringing leaders out, and not just bringing them out, but nurturing them as well.
Yeah, the only way we could do that is we've realized you need to develop the human being holistically. You need to look at his body development, his mind, his soul, holistically, and that will be a great leader one day. We also a lot set on moral development, morals, values, and ethics, because we believe if you are in a leadership position one day, you need to be a moral leader. And with that, we've got a sports academy that we're running. They belong to the South African Scouts Association, and the Scouts bring in a lot of extracurricular programs for us, especially where the discipline is concerned. And I think we are very set on discipline at the school. And also, we realize that you need to identify them to something. So that is why they become gang lords and gang leaders, because they want to identify to something. So they identify to a gang. Now at our school, every item that they wear, they get everything free. The uniform, stationery and everything. Everything has got the school's emblem on it. So they identify to the Leadership College. So wherever they go, they are very proud to say, we belong to the Leadership College.
Wow, and they believe that they are leaders as well.
Yes, we don't even call them learners, we call them leaders in the school.
Oh, okay.
When we address them, we don't say learners, listen here. We say leaders, listen here.
All right.
Yeah.
And they know leaders behave, and there's a discipline with that goes with leadership.
Definitely, yeah. And I think everybody's trying to live up to that.
Which is great. Now, how do you find the students that come here, the leaders that come here? How do you identify them, and how do you get them?
Okay, we work hand in hand. We've got 17 feeder schools in Mannenberg. We work hand in hand with the principals of the primary schools. They know the learners and they work with their head teachers. So they've got about 7 to 8 years they are in that institution. Then the principal will come and each leader comes in with a motivation. So the principal will give us the assessment of the reporting and whatever comes with it, with a motivation around the child. And then we do a personal interview with the child. We work with committed leaders here. We don't work with children that don't want to learn. All of them here, they must have the dream to aspire to great things, and they want to be leaders. So that is how we recruit them.
Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much for such a rich history, and may you continue with the good work you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Alright, ukhanike lo besincola naye apho ngumseki wesisikolo uMiss Norton onguye waqala esisikolo nowenza nephupha lesikolo apho kufunda khona inkokheli. Abantwana abalapha ababizwa njengoba ngabafundi, babizwa ngoba zinkokheli. These are future leaders, and if you are here, you better believe it, because you are a leader.